In this video, we're going to look at a couple different ways that you can implement tooltips in your Power BI reports from beginner, intermediate to advanced. We'll look at when you'd want to do each of them and sprinkle in some tips of my own to take them to the next level. All of that and more. So without further ado, let's jump in. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, tooltips are basically the little bubbles that come up when you hover over your data to give you some additional information about it. It's a really useful tool because it can let you tell stories or give additional information without cluttering up your report page. And the last time that I covered tooltips was actually a long time ago now, maybe 5 years ago. And it has received a fair few updates since then, so I thought I'd cover it again in this video. Let's start with the default tooltips, which is the bog standard tooltips that you automatically get when you put visuals in your report pages. So let's start with a blank report page here with some data already, and let's bring in some fields to start with. Let's bring in the month, and under the table here, number of bikes. And let's put this in a clustered column chart like this. This chart shows the stats of London bicycle hires in 2025. And I took it from a public data available at the London Data Store and created a simple model here. And you can download this project file below if you want to play around with this yourself. Back to the report page here on my clustered bar chart. If I hover over any of the data points here, you'll see the default tooltips that I mentioned. This is on by default, and it's great if you want something quick or informative that is basically easy to implement. Well, basically automatic because you don't really have to do anything. You can control or add fields that you'd like to show in your tooltips using the tooltips fields well on the visualizations pane. So for example, we have a year and we'd like to see it also in the tooltips. Just drag it in the field well like this. And now when you hover on top of what's being used in the visual itself, you can also now see that field that you've dragged into that field well. If you want to control this even further with the visual selected, you need to go to Format Your Visual, then under General and Tooltips. There's an option here called Tooltip Fields Only, and when you click that, it will ensure that the only fields that will be shown would be what is in your tooltips fields well. So at the moment we have the year. If you hover now onto your visual, it will just show that year, which is the field that you've put in there. So this is good when you have scenarios when you want to show certain fields on your tooltips instead of just what is being used in the actual visual. Now let's move on to the more intermediate way of implementing tooltips, which is using sentence formats. This is actually a new feature that came out as part of the July update, and it lets you create a narrative while using your own data for reference. You can access it from the visualizations pane when you have your visual selected. Go under General and under Tooltips. You'll see the sentence template here where you can create a sentence. So if I just type something here, this is a sentence. And now if I hover over, you'll see that whatever I typed there will show up as part of my tooltip. But if I just delete whatever I've written so far, the example here is actually pretty interesting. Using the curly brackets will let you create dynamic references to the data that you are using in your visual. So it's contextual to what you are currently hovering on. And actually that sounds a lot more complicated than it is, but basically it's just whatever the name of the field is. If you put it there, it will be dynamic. So I'll show you. So if you go back to the build visual here, and let's say we want to show the month, in the tooltips here, we'll just say, this is for month. And then inside the curly bracket, we'll just put month like this. And now if I hover over, you'll see that it's not just the sentence that I've written, it's also the dynamic kind of placeholder that now uses, and you'll see it's dynamic based on which data point you're hovering. This makes your tooltips more versatile because you have more control over what kind of narrative or story you're telling with your tooltips. So let's adjust this a little bit to make it sound or more like what you would actually use it for. Okay, now, so I've just put two placeholders here, the month and the actual bike hires. And now if I hover over any of these, you'll see that now they are contextual with the kind of sentence that I wanted to show. Now that can make your tooltips more personalized and kind of make sense. And you can use the toggles here to adjust how you'd like to show your tooltips. So we already showed here that you can just show the tooltip fields only, but you can also choose just to show the sentence format, which is probably what I would do if I wanted a bit more control over the actual tooltip. So it doesn't show anything else apart from the sentence format that I've written. So now this looks a lot better. Just one note though, that in the placeholder, the names that you put there is what the name of the field is in the visual, not the name of the field itself. So if the name changes in your visual, the tooltips will break. So for example, if I just change this to bike hires, you'll see that the tooltip will break. So you just have to make sure that those are aligned with what the fields are actually named. So I'll just go back to tooltips here, and then we just change this to bike hires to fix it. So just make sure you keep an eye on your tooltips when you're renaming fields in your visuals. And this personally is my favorite way now of implementing tooltips, because it's a nice middle ground from, you know, the two spectrums. Either I don't want it too basic that I don't have enough control over the narrative, or I didn't want it to be too custom that I would have to manage the tooltips individually. This lets you create narratives without you having to create the DAX measures or setting up any other custom elements to it. You just do it in the format pane, which I think is a very good feature. One way that you can elevate this to the next level is by following it up with an action like a drill through, for example, which is something that's now incorporated or can be incorporated as part of your tooltips. I have a details page here, which is just a summary of the different months, bike hires, and the average hire time per minute. And I want to use this as my kind of drill through page. So you would do it by basically just selecting the table or the visual that you want to use as a drill through, and use the drill through fields pane to put the field that you want to use as your drill through. So in this case, we want to use, let's say, the month. Any visual that uses months as its category will be able to drill through to this page. So if we now go back to our main page here, and now we have kind of the narrative, you'll see as I hovered over, the drill through option shows, which is a good way to kind of follow up with your storytelling of why and how, right? So now you're telling the story and you're giving them the option to investigate further. So let's say, like, why, right? So that this is where it would lead you to kind of your different drill through pages. Now we're getting into the more advanced category, which is where you are setting up report pages dedicated for tooltipping, giving you ultimate customization and freedom in how you organize your visuals. And before we look at the report pages, if you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like, comment below, share it with your friends, or subscribe if you haven't yet. Any interaction will really help this video and this channel reach out to more people. If you haven't yet, check out my newly revamped website, solutionsabroad.co.uk, where you can watch all of my videos, choose from my recommended learning paths, or create your own, track your watch progress, and all of it for free. I've recently updated my learning paths there, so if you're looking for things like the monthly update videos, DAX best practices or newbie guides, or tips and features like this is where you would find them basically. So check it out if you haven't yet, sign up for a free account, start tracking your progress, all for free. Now back to the report pages for tooltips. To set one up is actually pretty simple. You basically just create a new page. From that page, you simply just go to the format your page here under, I think, page information. You will have this option, allow use as tooltip. And when you select that, you'll see that the page automatically reduces its size for kind of a typical tooltip page canvas size. And this page, you can now put any visuals however you see fit that you need on your kind of tooltip page. Let's leave it blank for now, and I just want to show you how to now use this page as your kind of tooltip page. So we go to page 1 here, and in this we go to the general on the format your visual, under Tooltips. Here we already have selected report page, but if you have this in auto, it will just use whatever is in here. But if you change this page here to the page that you wanted, so the only pages that will show here are the ones that you've ticked as allow as tooltip. So in this case, it's page 2. Now, if you hover over any of these visuals or any of these bars, you'll see that it's now showing the blank page that we've just created. Just to test it out, let's just put a simple visual here. Let's put a card and let's put the number of cycles there. And just to keep it simple, I will just change the call out of this to just show us the full count. And then now if we go back to this one and just hover over, you'll see that now it just gives us the number for each of the individual data points in our bar chart. And even with this crappy example of mine, I hope that you can see the potential of the customizability that it offers you, because it lets you add visuals on the tooltip page without any restrictions on how it's laid out. So it gives you basically freedom on kind of how you want these tooltips to show up. So in the tooltip page, for example, it made the page a lot smaller because it's recognized as a tooltip, but in actuality, you're not tied to it. You can simply just change the size to whatever size you want. So if you want to show more information in the tooltip, you can do so. So you can increase this to, let's say, a square 800 by 800, and you can do that. It will still work. So obviously you just need to worry about, how that will translate when you hover over on your pages, but you can do that. Already created one here actually called summary. I just kept the size to how it is, but it just gives you like a quick summary of some of the kind of key elements. And if we just go back here on the visual, let's go to format your visual under general tooltips, and we just change that to summary, which is the page that I've created. You'll see that it will just show that reports tooltip page with contextual information on the data point that I have hovered. It does require a bit more setup, but it gives you the ultimate freedom, as I mentioned, for customizability. And I have used this several times in many of my other implementations, especially in scenarios where the normal tooltips are really not enough. If you're patient enough that you stuck around to the end of this video, I have a little secret tool tip for you. It's not really something that you will find in the tooltips section of the format pane, but it is a tooltip nonetheless. And it's one of those things that it's going to be very difficult to find if you're not really paying attention to it. If we go back to our visual here and under general, instead of going to the tooltip sections here, we go to the header icons, and under icons, you'll see here one will always be turned off by default, which is a help tooltip. And if you turn that on, it will bring up a new option here at the bottom, and this will let you create tooltips. And you'll see that option now available on the top of the visual itself. This will let you add tooltips, either text or a report page on the headers of your visuals. So this is generally helpful if you want to provide some context on the visual itself. So as I mentioned, you can add helpful tooltip like this as a text, and you'll see that come up there. It's just the background is gray. Or you can use a report page like what we have done so far. So I'm not going to put the summary there, but it really doesn't make sense there. But yeah, either text or report page will work here. Unfortunately, the text is not something that you can dynamically or use sentence formats yet, but it's there if you need it. And I think it's a very handy feature. Especially I've had clients where they didn't know what the visual is for or what it answers. It's a good way because this feature works on any visual that you put in your Power BI reports. And that's really it for this video. Thank you very much for sticking around and watching. Let me know if this was useful for you, and if you want me to cover something else, let me know in the comment section box below. And don't forget to check out my revamped website, solutionsabroad.co.uk, where you can sign up for free, track your watch progress, create or follow learning paths, all for free. So yeah, thank you very much and see you in the next video.